credit card. He said, Dad,
Oh, yeah.
this was outside the door.
Oh,
With
wow.
a nice note that said, thanks so much for coming in. It was great to see you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody check YouTube.
Probably, did we send a note to the fans?
I put in the it's on my YouTube channel, so they just same link.
Says you're live. There we are, Brad.
Yeah.
We're in the big rink. Let me move it.
Who's playing Lakeville?
Yeah.
So, Greg, you got off the hook
No, there's no penalty.
after all that?
There's no penalty.
He was let go for time served.
They didn't actually.
Write it down.
They didn't call a penalty.
Yeah,
they
we're
didn't
live.
even call. You know, they would if it was a bench minor.
We would have had Tony.
They would have had somebody in the box.
Yeah. So would they just tell him to get off the bench?
Yeah, I just think I think there was like get out of here is what it was, and he just took it as.
Or they intended to and didn't mark it. But that's
This was gonna be your big day, man.
Boys number 67.
Jack's gonna
We're ready.
The goal is huge. How are we feeling? Confident?
We're on. I'll come to you a little bit. That's fine.
Okay, we're live in Roseau. The mighty Hornets take the ice. Same rink as last night as they took on the Rams. A lopsided victory, 10-2 at the end, although the shots were more even than that. Tommy Tucci with a strong effort last night, holding the ground between the pipes and only letting 2 goals. Today they take on the Lakeville Nordiques, it looks like, by their uniform.
The North.
The North.
Northeast, yeah.
They're in red. Their goalie is 7'3" tall. I think he's 18 years old and he has a mustache. So
He
they're
drove
gonna have
the bus here, I think.
They're gonna have to make him move a little bit. That might be the normal goalie's big brother. No, despite being relatively near to Edina, they haven't played the Lakeville Nordiques yet. They qualified for the semifinal after going 2-1 in round play. Not sure who they lost to, but they were one of 2 teams with a 2-1 record that got in the final four. In terms of lineup, a couple injuries late in yesterday's game. Looks like both Parisi and Hart will be back today. I see them on the ice. Still without Wes Mosley. He's taking his assistant coach position on the bench again this morning. Still recovering from an ankle injury.
Doing a yeoman's job on the bench.
Yeah, that's right. Yesterday, for about 10 minutes, he became elevated to the associate head coach as Coach Parisi was relieved of his duties for a short while, but he is back on the bench today. We're happy to see. So it'll be Coach Paul, Coach Parisi, and Coach Wes the Hornets today. If I'm a betting man, I think this will be a George McGill start today. He played admirable in the second game of the weekend, and Tommy Tucci's played the first and third, so it would be his turn in the rotation. A minute to go in warm-up here. We also heard rumor of a skate issue for Vivian Vogel, but she is on the ice. We'll keep our eyes on that to see if it causes any issues as the game goes on. Final 30 seconds of the warm-up here. Hornets look to have a pretty good jump. They're a team that likes playing in the morning. 8 a.m. here local central time in northern Minnesota. We are but minutes away from the Canadian border up in Roseau.
You can hear the anthem.
We can get our Coach's Corner contestants to sing "O Canada" for you if you like. Allie, sing "O Canada." Because it's the anthem.
The anthem.
We're on video. Right here, Allie. Sing "O Canada." Thank you. All right, that was an abbreviated version of "O Canada" by resident Canadian Hallie Olsen, noted dual citizen and big fan of the Hornets.
Let's go ahead.
The Hornets take their final warm-up lap before their chant. The Nordiques do the same in their end, but nobody wants to see them.
In the spirit of sportsmanship.
We have a very equal opportunity cameraman. All right, we're ready for a face-off. Reminder, 17-minute stop time period, so a little bit longer games. It's looking like it's going to be about 10 guys in the starting lineup. Oh, there's going to be an anthem or something. I guess take your hats off at home. We didn't need Hallie Olsen's version of the anthems. It sounds like we've got a professional. We're live from the Roseau War Memorial Arena here. It's on the National Register of Historical Places. Not sure exact qualifications for that, but we'll say the oldest indoor ice rink in America. I don't know if that's right. Starting line looks like Helfrich with McElroy and Pitko, Olsen and Beacom on defense. McGill, as we noted earlier, in the net. Face-off is lost to the Nordiques. They carry it over the line. Beacon's angling into the corner. He puts a body on a red player, and Cam Helfrich is back to support him. He tries a board pass. It doesn't quite meet its target, and the Nordiques get a soft shot off on McGill, who he has little trouble nabbing. So defensive zone face-off. They're going to make a defensive shift change here after 22 seconds. Honky and Hart come out to get their first shift. That's a face-off lost again, and a wide open player in front. He cuts across the net for reasons unknown and refuses to shoot it in the open net. So McGill is able to make the save, but a little bit of a miscue there. Both by the Hornets and then by the Nordiques as they didn't score. Face-off again. This will be Helfrich. Loses it again. Nobody out to the point. They're able to take a quality shot. And yeah, I would say this is maybe time to change the forward unit now. A couple of lost face-offs there.
Got George into the game right away.
That's right. McGill likes getting those easy shots early so he can feel the puck. It is going to be Vogel with Carlson and Carpenter joining the defense pair out there. Vogel's able to win the faceoff back to Hart on her backhand. Hart wraps it around to Carlson, who's fighting for it along the wall along with Conkey. Now some support from Vogel, but the Nordiques have the puck. They get it back to the defense and hammer it back into the zone where Conkey's able to recover it. He's looking for an outlet. He reverses it back to Carlson. She's got the puck along the wall, but loses it to a Nordique through Hart's stick. Does ultimately deflect it back to Carlson. He gets it out of the zone. Now they give chase in the offensive zone for the first time. Vogel behind the net. Oh, turnover just missed by Carlson. Opportunity there. Carpenter is trying to challenge. Drew Hart makes a good step up on a long play and a second good stick work.
Atta boy, Drew!
Drew fights the puck through to Vogel. Carlson unable to retrieve the puck, and it'll be an attacker against. Hockey forces a bad pass, and it harmlessly slides out of the way. Now Bo Beacom smothers the puck in front and kicks it to Carlson, who tries to throw it up and then goes for a line change, interestingly. Beacom behind the net finds Hoffman, who's getting his first stretch out here, and he attacks the zone with Parisi and Riebler. Attempted shot through, doesn't make it to its target, and now the Nordiques attack the other way with 3 men, but the Hornets have 4 coming back. Heavy shot there by 13.
Big number
High.
13.
And number 13 also is 18 and has a mustache. He's being pestered by a couple of Hornets in the corner. Chief amongst them, Bo Beacom and Tommy Hoffman, but still has the puck as they wrap it behind. Now we've got Hoffman chasing behind the net along with Eichten pushing into the corner. Big number 13 takes it to the net and McGill will smother it. So, little flat to start again here for the Hornets. That's the second straight game. They've come out a little bit lifeless. We'll go back to the Helfrich line, it looks like, and Hart and Olsen on defense. Helfrich gets a stick on it. They're able to punch it to Pitko. He makes a nice board blast. He's got space and he's got McElroy. Oh, nice drop pass to Helfrich. He gets a good quality shot off. I think a blocker saved by the goalie, and the Nordiques come the other way, but Helfrich hard back on the back deck, supporting his defense, and they dump it to Hart, who chops it out to center ice. The Nordiques throw it back towards the Hornets zone, and there's a scramble for it. They punch it into the zone, and Olsen gives chase with 1 Nordique on him. He passes it up the wall to McElroy, who gets it to Helfrich. Helfrich tries a drag. It's knocked away, but Olsen ends up with the puck. He punches it into the zone, and he's looking for daylight out front. He reverses it to Pitko. Pitko's got it behind the net. And he tries to hammer it to McElroy, but it's intercepted. That is wrapped hard. The Nordique player chops it out to the middle of the zone. Olsen in a race with him. He wins the race, throws the puck to Helfrich, who tries to find somebody in the middle, but it ends up on the Nordique stick. They regroup in their zone with some pressure from Helfrich. Long pass here, be Hart on the defense, and Pitko supporting as the defense is going for a line change. Eichton coming onto the ice there. So we'll get a line change. Just under 13 minutes to go in the first period. It'll be the Vogel line, Carpenter and Carlson with Honky and Eichton on D. Honky gets it across to Eichton. He finds Vogel up the middle. She can't quite get it over the line, or she does get it over the blue line, doesn't get it deep. It's turned over to Carpenter. He throws a shot on net. That might have hit a post.
Piece of glove.
Glove, yeah. Carpenter retrieves it once again. Tries to wrap it behind. He's wiped out in the corner, but still battling for it.
Boy, Carp.
As Vogel comes to support.
Use your point.
Yeah, gotta use your defense on a play like that, I think. Good chop there by Conti getting it deep. Carpenter throws it behind where Carlson corrals it.
Use them.
He is battling with Vogel. They end up with the puck. Tries to throw it in front. Nobody home as the Nordiques just slide it slowly into the Hornets end. That's not going to be an icing, although it could have been. Conti retrieves it. He's looking for daylight. He finds Carlson on the wall. Third pass to Vogel is challenged. And the puck is coming back into the Hornets zone. Conti in the lead. That one will be an icing. So we'll go down in the offensive zone for a face-off here. Hornets seem to be finding their legs a little bit. The shots say 4-2 for the Nordiques.
Yeah, a little better pace that shit.
Nice shot by Carpenter on that shift. Goalie makes a glove save. It'll be Hoffman's line on the draw. He's got Hart and Olsen. Beacom and Olsen supporting him. Tommy Hoffman on the puck with Jackson Parisi there.
Oh, good push.
Bo keeps it in. See if he can keep it in a little further. He'll get some help now. Yep, it's chopped into the zone where Hoffman gives chase. This puck comes up the wall. They go hard D to D. It's missed by number 13, who, as we'll recall, is an 18-year-old. Olsen gets a puck past him. There he goes. He retrieves it ultimately. Tries to find Weebler through the middle. It goes past him and all the way into the Nordiques zone. Nordiques just toss it aimlessly towards the wall, but they do get it. Olsen chips it past the defender, looking for Weebler.
Go on, Weebs.
He does a flyby beside the net.
Oh,
and
he's got this.
Nordiques are able to get the puck to center, where Parisi gets it back to Beacom. Beacom finds Helfrich through the middle. He's got Weebler and Parisi with him. A lot of speed here by Cam. He throws it in the corner where Weebler is able to retrieve it. He tries to drop it to Parisi.
Come on.
Unsuccessfully. And the Nordiques attack the zone. They've got Conti and Hart back. Conti forces to the outside. Nordiques still on the puck. They throw it in front. A stick play there by Conti to knock it out of harm's way. But the Nordiques retrieve it. Good job collapsing to the front of the net by the Hornets. Nordiques trying to get some chances there, and we've got bodies to take away pucks. Fight on the wall here. I think that's Pitko battling, as he always is, for possession. There, he's still got it. He's gets it to McElroy. Comes back to Pitko. He's got a little bit of daylight. He throws a shot on net. Goalie's glove nabs it again.
Look at your point.
Good power move here by McElroy. Doesn't quite get it to the net, but cutting hard. And now there's a odd man rush going the other way, 3-on-2. Honky's stick is able to deflect that shot attempt wide. Nordiques in the corner. Puck loose in front. Good body there by one of the defenders. I'm not sure who. They're calling it a hand pass, so that's not a penalty. I don't know who handed it. I think it was Pitco in front of the net, just knocked the guy over, negating an opportunity. So we'll get a line change. 9 minutes to go in the first. It will be the Vogel, Carlson, Carpenter line with Eichton, Olsen on defense. Faceoff is one back to Eichton. He gets it to Olsen. He misplays the puck. Puck is loose in front. It goes behind the net now. All this scramble due to an Olsen miscue. Now the puck comes out to the point where it is shot softly and blocked. Olsen gets it up to Carpenter, who moves it to Vogel. She makes a nice move at the line, passes it back to Carpenter. He shoots. That's another high glove save. The Hornets seem to be targeting that area. Puck comes back the other way and is lofted into the corner where I think Olsen is going to nab it. He wraps it to Carlson, but she's off the board. And it's going to go the length of the ice.
No
Not
ice.
for an icing. That would be... Puck comes through the middle. Nice breakout there by the Nordiques. They're attacking against Eichton.
This kid's got wheels.
He forces a play across. George McGill's able to get a puck on, or a stick on that. Olsen battling in the corner. Oh, Eichton misses on his play.
Oh,
That
my.
has somehow missed the net. That was a pretty good opportunity. The forwards have got to move. You can't have the defense do all the chasing here. They're just standing there. There's Carpenter with a little
Carpenter
burst.
will.
Now they've got to force him out of that corner. It's still not in the net. But this is a pretty sloppy shift by Black. Eichton giving chase to 13. Puck comes back to him. George McGill with another good save. And this has got to get out offside. Mercifully, the Hornets are able to get the puck out of the zone. But
I'm not sure who lifted a stick, but there was a really important stick lift.
a lot of good chances there. A couple missed opportunities, but the Hornets scrambling in their own zone. It'll be Hoffman line on the face-off. He wins it back to Hart. Hart can't quite get it out over the line, so the Nordiques will attack again. They shoot high. McGill may have got a piece of that and ends up in the seats.
Shots are 8-3 at this point.
Quality chances are definitely favoring the Nordiques as well. That's a face-off win by Hoffman. He gets it back to Hart, who wraps it to Beacom, who chops it up the wall to Parisi. He's got Weidler with some speed. Puck at the line is mishandled. It comes back to Hart, though. He gets it to Hoffman, who throws a shot. Guess where? High glove.
Outside.
The offensive zone face-off. Hoffman. Same line out there. Tommy Hoffman wins it back to Beacom. Beacom gets it towards the net. And the goalie makes a save. Another attempt by Hoffman to get it back to defense. It's picked off. And Drew Hart is in a race down the ice to retrieve it. Little interference in front there. That'll be a Nordiques goal.
On the ice.
On the ice, the intercepted pass in the offensive zone leads to a rush the other way. Odd man rush. Beacom is gently picked in front, which opened up some space for somebody to come out from the corner and wrap it in. So it'll be 1-0 Nordiques. This is now the Helfrich line. Puck comes from Tonky up to Helfrich after the face-off. But the Nordiques turn it, and a nice move by 85 here as he cuts to the net. But McGill has little trouble with the save. Now they're still battling in the corner. There's more Hornets than Nordiques, but the Nordiques are attacking. Somebody gets flattened in front. It looks like Helfrich. That's a tough kid to flatten. Now Olsen back to retrieve. He's looking for help. Puck is stopped along the wall. Helfrich supports and heads up. Coffee is taken out in the broadcast booth, but there is no injuries. Pretty accurate shot. Some electronic equipment up here that was narrowly missed. Not to mention the precious fathers cheering along the crowd. Face-off is lost here. They cut to the net and get a shot off the post, but it bounces off the end boards back to the Hornets. Halford goes to McElroy, comes back to him. He's got a chance here. He wraps it on the net. Finally a low shot, and the goalie's pads pop out a juicy rebound. The Nordiques attack 3-on-2. They try and throw it in front. I don't know how that went in. That might have gone in off of Hornet or George McGill. I don't think it was shot. It was a pass across the front that ended up in the net. But nonetheless, Hornets down 2-0.
85 is somebody that needs to be marked.
Yeah. Good speed out of 85. Shifty player. It'll be Vogel's line. Hornets down 2-0. A little adversity for them this weekend. There's been very little of that. Now Eichton with trouble with the puck here in the defensive zone. And the Nordiques get another quality shot on net. Puck comes back to the point where Carpenter chases. Puck slides through the crease into the corner where Vogel fights for it. Eichton ultimately finds it, and he wraps it to Carpenter, who's got a little space as he travels behind the net. He throws it back for Carlson, who'll get her head up here. She's looking for help. She's able to find some daylight as she carries it out of the zone with some speed. Gets it all the way deep into the zone where it's sticked away. That's wrapped to Eichton at the point. He's got time. He just needs to send it into the corner. That puck is won by 13, who, as we mentioned earlier, has got a heavy shot. Oh, that is going to be an offside. Beacom tied up with a player and forces him offside, which is probably a good thing, as the Nordiques were coming with some speed. So it'll be a face-off at the blue line. 85 on the ice at center here against Hoffman. Hoffman wins the face-off, gets it to Olsen, who finds Hart, who tries to get it to Parisi, but it's challenged. Now the ref makes a defensive play with his butt. Olsen sticks that away, and Hart will just throw it the length of the ice. This should be an icing, and it will be. Not a bad play there by Hart, getting it out of danger. Defensive zone face-off. Hoffman. It is shifted to the wall where the Hornets give chase. They're able to get it out. This might be an icing again unless it stops. Oh yeah, he slowed down. That isn't an icing, but that's 85 on the retrieval. He throws it hard along the wall. They punch it back into their own zone. Hoffman chasing behind the net. He's finding it. Couple good chances there. Parisi, I think, getting them. And now Weaver's got it. He wraps it back to Olsen. He throws it to the net. Good tip there by Parisi. Low shot on net there. Parisi gets his stick in there and redirects it.
Signs of life.
Good try. So a couple good chances by Jax Parisi so far in this shift. He's still out there. It'll be the Hoffman line on the face-off here. Olsen and Hart on D. Face-off is pushed forward by Hoffman, and he's after it. He's got some support from Parisi. Defenseman with a good spin move, some escapability, and they flutter it just over the blue line. Hart rips it off of the inside of the player's bench just to give the coach a scare. Let him know we're coming. Same unit out there. Tommy Hoffman on the face-off. Face-off is lost back to the Nordiques. They retreat behind their own net. Jax Parisi is chasing. Hoffman intercepts a puck, but the Nordiques take it back. Hart then, or Olsen, excuse me, tries to, George deflects it into the corner, and Hart will get it up to Parisi, and just out over the line. Now Parisi's got it still. He makes a move around the defender and attacks the zone. A lot of traffic in the crease there. He gets the puck back to Hoffman, who whistles it wide and goes for a change. That's going to be offside, I think. Yep. We'll get a line change for everybody but Helfrich, who just made it onto the ice. 2:26 left in the first. Helfrich on the face-off at an offensive blue line. Puck is lost forward. Pitko chases after it. The Nordiques attack with some speed or to the outside and throw one. I don't know, that shouldn't have probably been a whistle. That hit the side of the net and the Hornets had the possession, but the ref lost sight of it. Looks like the referee is over 14 years old today, at least that one. Here's the face-off in our zone where the puck was loose for the take, but the Hornets kind of skated past it, and the Nordiques get another puck towards the net. 2:10. Helfrich defensive zone. Ooh. Puck comes right where the a lot to say about that. Face-off is actually won by Helfrich back to a zone where the Hornets should get the puck 100% of the time. They did not. Nordiques throw it towards the net and then find a juicy rebound. Nobody had the stick, so that'll be 3-0. 2 minutes to go in the first period here. Hornets are gonna have to dig deep. Good face-off there by Vogel. She gets it to Beacom. He finds Carpenter. That is offside.
'85 has figured prominently in the Lakefield tallies.
Yeah, he's got some speed. They gotta watch him. Vogel on the face-off. She wins it again. That's forced towards Bennett, but not on his stick. Now he will retreat into the zone and play defense. Guy behind the net. You can leave him there, but you can also chase him. Puck is sailed out of the zone by 85, and the Hornets have 2 people on the forecheck. This is softly sent, but it misses Vogel.
And we're just
Olsen shoots it offside.
they're gonna hurry out of the zone.
Yeah, not a lot of urgency there by the forwards, so they're going to take a break along with that defense pair. Okay, it'll be Hoffman back at the face-off. He wins it back, goes through Conkey's legs, where Hart will retrieve it. He throws it high off the glass. No forward supporting there once again. So the Nordiques end up with the puck in the zone. Hockey gets it up to Weaver, who makes a pass back to Hoffman, who attacks with some speed. Weaver going to the net. The puck goes off a stick, and Hoffman's shot is deflected into the seats. Minute to go in the first. Hoffman on the face-off. He wins it to Parisi, who gets it back to Hart, who wraps it behind the net. Hoffman tries to get it in front to Weaver there. Goes to Parisi, goes back to Hoffman. He gives chase. He gets it back to Hockey. Hockey gets a shot through on the net. No traffic in front. Hoffman looking for option 10. Good cross-ice pass to Hart. Puck doesn't quite make it through. But a good look there by Hoffman using his defense. Hockey forcing to the outside on a Nordiques attack now. They wheel behind, try a spin move. where the space collapses on them. Puck comes out, it's Hart with it. He makes a second effort to get it up the zone.
All right.
4-0 Nordiques. The Hornets look dejected. They're going to need to find some life. They can't feel sorry for themselves. It's only one period. It'll be 13 seconds.
Go Black!
Here. Helfrich pushes it forward to the Nordiques possession. Puck comes back to Conkey. He attempts to loft it up and is able to get a stick on it to knock it away from the So the Hornets a little flat in that period, and they look a little lifeless on the bench. It's time for somebody to step up and put some life into this team. Just getting outworked. We don't have our coach's corner crew with us temporarily, so we'll see if they show up by the end of the intermission, but it's possible that they've been signed by another broadcast team.
Canadian broadcast.
Or maybe they're Fairweather fans. They don't like to talk during losing efforts. So Coach Paul giving some words of wisdom over there. I haven't seen him break any sticks yet, so I don't think we're at that level. I think that was a penalty-free period by both teams, so fairly clean. Although not the best period for the Hornets. Shots are 17-8 in favor of the Nordiques.
I don't know if we had a quality chance.
Well, Jax Parisi had a couple
That's true.
on that one shift. But yeah, a lot of also shooting high glove side, and they've got this huge goalie that is just like snagging flies for him. So I would start targeting the low posts, make him move, make him go down, and look for rebounds. It just feels awfully good when you're 12 years old to try and find the top corner. McGill now getting some words of wisdom from Coach Paul. Noted Edina alumni goalie, so we'll see what they can come up with. Speaking of noted hockey minds, Coach Parisi now rallying the troops on the bench. Oh, it looks like Tucci might be coming in. They're going to try and get a spark from a goalie change. Not really George McGill's fault per se in that period, but sometimes coaches are just looking for a different look and something to turn the tide. So
Get the boys' attention.
we're going to give Tucci a turn in the net and see if the team can respond accordingly. There is insufficient amount of players there. Olsen comes to the ice to make it a full five, so we don't need to make it harder on ourselves than it already is. Billy Hoffman on the face-off. He wins it over to Helfrich, so this is a different look to getting Hoffman and Helfrich together is a goal-sparking effort. Helfrich with a saucy move on the wing there, gets it to the middle to Parisi, but he's unable to get the shot off as the time collapses on him. Nordiques behind their net, run into the referee. That's the second defensive play the referee's made today. Deacom lofts it into the offensive corner where Helfrich forces a play that Parisi intercepts. He tries to get it to the front of the net, but it's turned the other way. Now on the attack, 85. He tries two moves. One works, the second one doesn't, and Hoffman takes it the other way. He's got Cam with speed. Cam goes through the middle, just runs out of time, but good effort there by Helfrich. He gets it behind the net to Parisi. He's battling for it. Helfrich helping. Parisi comes out with it. He tries to get it to Hoffman in front, but it's intercepted. It comes back to Parisi, who moves it to Helfrich, gives it back to Parisi. He battles in the corner for it. Olsen gets it at the line. He throws it in front, but it goes through the crease. Helfrich in the corner tries to get it to Parisi. They get a line change there by Hoffman. Smart play. and it's chopped past Olsen towards Beacom. He's got a chaser on him, and he smartly gets it out of the zone. Vogel looks for Pitko. It was a good look and an effort by Pitko. It just misses its mark, but good heads-up play by Vogel. So they'll finish the line change here. We've got Carlson, Vogel, Pitko, Eichten, Hart. Defensive zone. The faceoff is lost back to the point. The Nordiques have two in front, and Drew Hart luckily is able to get a stick on that because they were alone on a 2-on-1. Shot from the point, high tip. It goes into the corner where Eichten is unable to come out with it.
13.
The Nordiques circle behind the net. Pitko forces a dump into the corner. It wraps behind the net to a guy who I think he just had his 19th birthday now. He's getting older as the game goes on. Drew Hart finds the puck, wraps it towards Carlson. She loses the foot race. And now the Nordiques take it behind the net.
Jeez.
Puck is sent out to the point. It's deflected by Vogel. And it's slid through Tommy's pads for a 5-0 lead. Couple chances there by the Hornets to get pucks out and to win some battles and races, and they're just not getting those done today. And as a result, puck ends up in their net again. So they're going to need to find some life. This is a new look line here with Carpenter, McElroy, and Weebler. This is actually a throwback to the lines earlier in the season. Conkey throws it up the wall. It misses its mark of Weebler, and the puck is funneled back in the zone where Olsen is chasing along with a Nordique. Puck is wrapped behind. Good stick by Olsen. Puck comes in front again, and they got a good quality shot again. Puck comes from Conkey. McElroy's not ready for the pressure, and it's forced back in the zone. Now Conkey battling in the corner with Carpenter. Puck, Olsen's able to punch it through to Weebler. He's got McElroy with him, but he's also got some speed. He wraps it hard behind the net where the Nordiques give chase. And Carpenter's able to intercept it. He throws it hard behind the net. He had Weebler open in the far corner if he could have put it there. Comes to McElroy. Olsen keeps it in the zone, but the Nordiques retrieve it. And they attack. 85 again against Conkey. Too easy. So there's a guy marking that guy in front of the net, and they just don't pick up his stick. That is 6-0. 13 minutes to go in the second, excuse me. Hoffman on the faceoff. Faceoff is lost, but Parisi chases it into the corner. He was able to get a stick on it, but the Nordiques force it out. Hart makes a play off the wall. Puck comes back to him. He's got Eichten, but not as much time as he thinks. And the puck is going the other way again. Hoffman with it, Tucci makes a stick save, and it sails out of play. So Tucci getting a trial by fire here in his period coming off the bench. A lot of quality shots again. Face-off is lost back to the Nordiques blue line. Parisi's got a chance to get it out. Doesn't get out. But he gets the puck back. He throws it to Helfrich in the middle, who's unable to corral it. Puck comes back to the middle of the ice, but Hoffman banks it off the boards. It comes to Helfrich, and it's chopped out. Eichen's not over the line yet. Beacom's got daylight. He throws it to Parisi, who just misses the pass, and it slides into the zone. They throw it behind the net. Helfrich on the chase. It's thrown up the wall. And they attack 2-on-1 once again against Eichen and Beacom. That almost had a chance there. It sailed off of something and through the crease. Puck is wrapped behind the net.
We clearly don't.
Wide open in front. The Hornets are having trouble in their own zone. And the Nordiques are good on the attack. Vogel now with the puck. She moves it up to Parisi, who is still out there on a long shift. There he's going to head off. The puck is lofted behind the net. Ecom loses the race. And the Nordiques are on the attack again. That's intercepted by Pitko, but he gives the puck back. And now Helfrich skates by a stick. Hornets making it harder on themselves. They're making good plays and then missing the pucks. So finally, Eichten is able to get the puck into the offensive zone. Pitko's chasing all three forwards behind the net, and the puck goes the other way. 3-on-2. Good hard shot by 13 there. They do a good job of just keeping him in the middle of the ice.
85 walks out.
85 around Carlson. Vogel not doing much of anything. She ends up with the puck. Carlson with the puck. He throws it to Vogel. Goes to Pitko. He tries to get it to Vogel, and it comes back the other way. Hart ends up with the puck in the middle of the ice. He gets it to Pitko, chips it off the wall. Carlson giving chase. The Nordiques end up with the puck. Olsen's able to angle it towards the zone. Carpenter makes a move, gets it to Carpenter, and that is going to be the first penalty of the game as an errant stick chops down Carlson as she was breaking towards the net. So the Hornets will get a look at their power play. Shots really unbalanced this period. Hornets have 1, and the Nordiques have about 10. So the unit will be Hoffman, Helfrich. Hoffman wins the face-off. He gets it back to Hart, throws it to Hoffman. They set up. Tommy throws a shot on net. The rebound comes out where Parisi corrals it. He looks, finds Hoffman, who gets it back to Hart. Hart throws a shot through. Good shot there. Tipped in front, I think, by Carlson. And the goalie makes a sharp save. Big-bodied goalie, so they're going to have to find rebounds, I think. Hoffman on the face-off again. Only 17 seconds gone in the penalty. They lose the face-off. It's wrapped hard where Hart knocks it down. He moves it to Hoffman. Hoffman sets up, finds Parisi, who tries to punch it through to Helfrich. It ends up on the net, but not in the net. And now Hart keeping at the line. I think it came out. They're going to call it an offside. We'll have another face-off at the offensive blue line here. Hoffman, he wins it back to Hart, who's got eyes on Helfrich on the outside. He's got some speed, but marked pretty good by the defender, and he'll settle for a setup. Hoffman, finds Helfrich, finds Parisi, who tries a sharp angled shot. It comes back to him. He moves it to Hoffman. Hoffman to Hart. Hart throws it through. I think they got to the net. It's a toe save by the goalie. Helfrich back to Hart. He assesses his options, gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman back to Hart. Hart to Helfrich to get it to the other side of the ice. He gets it through to Carlson. Good shot on net there. Goalie makes a save. Puck comes back to Parisi. He tries to throw it through. Cam throws it off the post. They're fighting for it in front. The ref loses sight. Careful here as Helfrich gives a swat at a player on the other team, but the ref is going to let it slide. 29 seconds left in the power play. They'll let the second unit have a look. Some good chances there. The Hornets put 5 shots on the net so far in this power play. The puck is won back on the faceoff by Carpenter to Conkey. He looks for options, finds Eichten. Eichten gets it back to Conkey, who's got time. He throws it at the net. The goalie's able to save it. 17 seconds to go in the power play.
Emma!
Carpenter loses this faceoff now, and it is iced. That'll take 5 seconds off the penalty, and they'll try it again. Carpenter on the draw again. He wins it again. Back to Conkey. Conkey's got time once again. This unit isn't moving, so kind of hard to create anything when you're standing still.
Gotta move without the puck.
Player coming at Conkey. He's not aware the guy's coming out of the box. He makes a spin move, banks it off the boards where McElroy will chase after it. We're at even strength now. Good job by Weaver putting a stick on that puck. Eichton unable to keep it deep. Carpenter gets it across to Conkey. Conkey up to McElroy, who makes a move around a defender. He's got Weebler with him. He shot a sharp angle. McElroy from the bottom of the faceoff dot with a sharp angle. I think that might have found the 5-hole on the goalie. To give the Hornets some life here. About halfway into the game, they're now down 6-1. Shots evened out a little bit on that power play as the Hornets took 6 shots before the McElroy goal after it expired. We'll have a Vogel line out there. Pitko and Carlson, along with Olsen and Beacom. Faceoff is won by Vogel cleanly. Beacom's unable to get the puck past his opponent, and he and Pitko give that. Now it's a 2-on-1.
Trouble.
Tucci's gonna get his first penalty of the season, I think. That's a pretty garbage call.
That's BS.
Tommy Tucci is now officially the last player on the team who hadn't had a penalty this year. That record is no longer. Somebody's gonna have to serve it for him. I don't know if they want to tell a Hornet. This should not be Beacom probably, but I guess that's what they're doing. Now they need to put another defenseman out. Sorry. So Beacom will serve the penalty. We're shorthanded. We've got Vogel, Carlson, Hart, and Olsen. Face-off is lost, but it ends up shooting all the way back into the Nordique zone. Carlson hard on the forecheck. She allows the Nordiques to break out. This is a 2-on-2. Hart forces 85 to the outside. They'll swap with Olsen. And they're able to smother that. Good support there by Vogel in front of the net, picking up a stick. Face off again in the defensive zone. Vogel loses it back to the Nordiques blue line. They get it across the ice. They're moving in the corner. Hart's just going to let him hang out there, as he should. Now he attacks. Freezing it up. They're going to need a forward to come down and support that, though. Good job by Hart here, battling in the corner. Carlson's got to come a little lower. There you go. Nice job by Vogel. He's got to watch those high passes. A defenseman trying to sneak down. That is not an icing. And Carlson just misses on the forecheck. Now we've got Pitko coming back. And Olsen and Hart still out there. That shot wide. Olsen's going to pick it up, chip it to Weebler, and he sends it the length of the ice for an icing. That was a forceful icing by Weebler, deciding to get his defenseman a breather.
Go Hornets!
So Conkey and Eichton will join Pitko and Weebler. 42 seconds left in the power play. Face-off is lost and wide open in front. Defense sleeping on that one, allowing a great opportunity. They'll circle behind the net. Now they'll attack from the wall. Wide open in front. Good job by Tucci blocking that away. Now Eichton, with somebody chasing him, is able to find Weebler. Good pass. Weebler with his speed goes to the outside, spin move, and he'll throw one on net. Not a bad play after the McElroy goal. Looks like the puck did squeak through there, but the whistle was blown. 1 second left in the power play, so Beacom will return to the ice momentarily. We've got Hoffman on the face-off, flanked by Helfrich. Beacom out on the ice now. So we'll return to full strength as Parisi joins the team. He's able to intercept the puck and patiently wait to get onside before the Nordiques send it back to the Hornets defense in the neutral zone. Conti flips it up to Helfrich, who gets it to Hoffman. It's blocked in front. He's able to track it down again. He whistles it wide, and now the Hornets are chasing again. Good keep there by Parisi. He gets it back from Hoffman. He's chopped down. That's going to be another power play for the Hornets. As Jax Parisi is chopped down like an oak tree. So we'll see if this power play can go to work. A lot of good shots on the first power play, but no goal. There's just under 5 minutes left in the second period. Hoffman on the face-off. He wins it to Helfrich, who gets it back to Hart. Hart's got support. He gives it to Hoffman, who throws it high and wide, but Hart's able to corral it on the opposite side of the ice and get it down to Parisi. Parisi surveying for his options. He finds Hoffman. Hoffman gets it across to Hart. He gets it down to Helfrich, who sails one off the side of the net. It's wrapped behind where Hoffman retrieves. He makes a move around a defender, throws it towards Helfrich. It's deflected into the glass, and Helfrich corrals it, gets it back to Hart. He keeps it in. Hart with a nice shot, squeaks through, just misses the net wide. Now Carlson gets the puck. She gets it to Hoffman, to Parisi. Parisi gets it through to Helfrich. It's tipped, so he doesn't get much on it, but a good chance nonetheless. Parisi now in the far corner. He tries to send it across to Helfrich. Halfway through the power play, Hart gets it at the point. He finds Helfrich again. Helfrich tries to shoot quickly. He hits a skate, and it is wrapped hard. Drew Hart in a foot race, which he smartly just hits off the end boards towards Hoffman. They're going to call a whistle for offside, maybe? I don't know.
Never made it in the zone.
Yeah, that's a little puzzling. Maybe it hit a stick off the bench.
Hit a shin pad.
I think it hit off the bench.
42 seconds left in the power play. Hornets give chase. 2 players on them, as there should be, on this power play. And they're able to
Possess.
pinch it along the wall.
Come on.
Parisi in a battle. He's able to hold up his player long enough for Carlson to find the puck. She cuts to the middle, looking for an option. She finds Hoffman. She gets it in. That'll be Parisi again on the spot. I thought that Helfrich was going to punch that in, but I think it slid right through the crease, and Parisi, smartly attacking the net on the other side, found another gift. We've said in 3 straight games, I think Parisi won't find an easier goal, but he keeps topping himself. But that's a good sign that Jax is going to the net, particularly on that power play. So 6-2, that's 2 straight goals by the Hornets. Beacom's got the puck in his defensive zone. It's softly thrown to the middle. McElroy is able to corral it. He gets tripped, but the ref decided he didn't want to call it. McElroy now attacking with Carpenter. That's sent hard and wide across the ice, where the Nordiques turn it over towards Olsen. He throws it across the ice to McElroy, who struggles with the puck, but Beacom's able to retrieve it. He gets it up to Weebler, or I think it's Weebler, and that was offside by inches. or I forgot that we're metric system, so that was offside by centimeters. Carpenter on the face-off at the blue line. He loses it, and McElroy chases. He gets a stick on it, which gives Beacom enough time to find it, but it's chipped into the other zone as Olsen gives chase. That will be an icing. We had pressure coming from number 1, which is a very unusual non-goalie number.
The third would be huge here before we get out of the second period.
So here we go. We've got Carpenter on the draw. He wins it back towards Beacom, who throws it to McElroy, goal scorer for the Hornets today. Weebler retrieves it behind the net. He sets up. He gets it in the front to Carpenter. He gets a shot high. McElroy might have even put a stick on it. That's chipped past Beacom. Olsen's chasing.
Come on, Bennett.
Olsen's wrapped to the ice. So this is going to be another Hornet power play. They got to keep the pressure on here. They've turned the tables a little bit. Since we announced that 10-1 shot advantage in this period, it's been about 10-1 the other way. So they've kind of evened up the second period. This will be the third look on the power play by the Hornets in the last 10 minutes. It'll be the usual power play unit. Tommy Hoffman at face-off. He loses it into the corner, but with some extra effort, the Hornets are able to recover it, and that'll be Tessa Carlson taking control. She's got Parisi in the corner. He throws it towards Helfrich. It's deflected, but Hoffman's aggressive shoot. That's a dangerous play by Hart. They're pinching, and Hoffman will be coming back with great effort here by Hoffman. Can't blame the effort by Hoffman there. He did a great job of getting back. And a pretty nice spin move by the Nordique in front as the Hornets give up a shorthanded goal. So 7-2 Nordiques. They're going to change up the power play unit after the shorty. We'll put Vogel. He gets it back to Conkey. He settles in and finds Eichten, who gets it up to Weebler. A little trouble corralling the puck by about 3 Hornets there. Pitko ultimately gets it though. He tries a toe drag that's swatted away, but his back check is able to get back to the puck. Force a shot from a tough angle, or from the outside shot. Oops. Still a minute 15 on this power play. They're gonna try a third unit on forward, it looks. Nope, just one player. They're gonna take Pitko off. Weebler looks like he's willing to go off, but he's gonna be forced to stay. Vogel wins the face-off. Eichten gets in there, chips it to Conkey, who's got traffic. He throws it back to Eichten. He moves it up to Carpenter. He's able to chip it into the zone, but we don't really want to be chipping into the zone on our power play, generally speaking. Let's see if Eichten can keep this at the line. He does. Carpenter fighting for it. He corrals it and tries to get it to Vogel. It ends up on a Nordique stick and chopped back to Eichten in the Hornets zone. He finds Conkey. Conkey finds Carpenter. Carpenter throws it off the boards again. And it's chopped back to Eichten in the defensive zone. He gets it back to Conkey again. Conkey says, this time I'll just carry it. He moves it back to Eichten. Eichten finds Carlson, who finds
Don't dive.
Nordiques. Tucci smartly covers that. So 6 seconds to go in the penalty, or the period, excuse me. 14 seconds left in the power play, but you wouldn't know we were on the power play.
Can we do our duck show after it's done? Yes. Harry, you have to go right there.
6 seconds here. Only job of the Hornets here is just to not get scored on, really. So win a face-off and smother it if you can. Hoffman will take the face-off. We've got traffic now. Olsen just bodies him out of the way long enough to get us a puck. So we'll head to the second intermission. The Hornets are down 7-2, shots 28-19. A lot of quality opportunities. We're gonna have an intermission. What?
Ready? Can I show you our show? Can you move the camera to watch the show?
All right, we're gonna do our intermission report. The Coach's Corner
we
crew
are
are back.
recording. We have a duck show.
Well, first we're gonna do a
it's kind
play.
of long, but we'll make it shorter.
Okay, well you got time.
Okay. What's the first thing I said? Okay. The duck walks up to the lemonade stand and to the man runs stand. Hey, got any grapes? Nope, but I have some fresh lemonade. I'll pass. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Until the very next day. Hey, got any grapes? Nope, same as yesterday. So what, can I get you a cold, fresh glass of lemonade? I'll pass. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Until the very next day. Hey, got any grapes? Nope. But I got you something at the store. I'll pass. Got it. Until the very next day. And the duck. Up to the lemonade stand. Head to the man, right stand. Hey, you got any glue? Nope. You can go to the store. I'll glue there. That's alright.
The
We
end?
kind of added some different details as the duck song.
Okay,
It's
we like it.
It's hot because you kind of gotta like remember it, and that was only our second time practicing.
Okay, more importantly, Zamboni is stopping for an ad for the Veterans of Foreign Wars here. So we'll. Oh, the Zamboni fell apart.
Yay!
Good advertisement though for Polaris and the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We're very proud of our veterans here in Roseau. So thank you for your service. And now, Coach's Corner with
Okay.
Emma and Hallie. Second period's over, ladies. It's 7-2 for the bad
See,
guys.
Boney's
What do you have to say?
We need better defense. And
Better
we need
defense.
We need to watch like the goal, and we have to get the
it
puck.
isn't fair
We have to
because-
get mad because when I'm mad,
They need to get mad.
Well, we have to make sure that they're a double A team and we're only an A team, and that's like unfair. So they should
And
get
why did we
kicked out of
play
the
against
tournament.
Malhead? What's his name? Like the other team that like hadn't lost a game in what 3 games?
Why did we play a double A team?
You can play double A teams. You just got to play better. Okay, thank you, Coach's Corner.
Why did we play a double A? Everybody buddy Dino!
All right, we'll be back in roughly 10 minutes. Looks like the Zamboni is operational again. Hopefully, an inspired third period to come from the Hornets.
You don't like
Okay. We're back. Here come the Hornets. See if they've got some jump here to start the third. Hopefully the coach have got a rousing speech for them in the intermission. Get a view for the size of the goalie for the Nordiques. He's pretty huge, and he's making himself dizzy as we speak. Wearing the classic number 67, which Coach's Corner really thought was amusing. The parents are triumphantly heading back to their seats after warming up in the intermission. Still 8 seconds to go on the power play for the Hornets. Not going to be quite enough time to create too much damage, but maybe get the puck in the zone early. It looks like it'll be Tucci still in the net, as he's the only goalie that's holding a stick right now. He's replaced McGill after the first period as the Hornets fell behind early. He's looking for an extra spark. The Hornets at the bench, talking last second about strategy. It's going to be the Helfrich line. Maybe, it looks like maybe not now. Nope, now they're back. Oh, they're gonna put the power play unit out here with 8 seconds. It's a little bit of a curious move given the fact that that's not enough time to really set up the power play, but we'll see, I guess. Try and be the video man and the guy. Carlson gets it across the heart. They get it to Breezy, who gets it to Helfrich, who punches it in the zone. They've got it set up now. Power play is over, and now we've got Hart back at 2-on-1 against. He makes a step-up play, but the Nordiques end up with the puck. But Nordiques wrap it behind the net. The Hornets with only one defenseman on the ice due to the power play unit starting. They're able to get the puck out of the zone, but still all 4 forwards stay on. So now we're going to go the other way, and there's not going to be a defenseman back. Hoffman back checking. He's able to force the puck into the corner. Drew Hart gets an elbow in the head from some meatball. No call. Tipped in front by Hoffman. Tucci's able to grab it, and Hart blasts it off the glass and out. And they'll get a line change. Now we'll get back to our usual 3 forwards and 2 defensemen setup. A little luck on the power play there for the Hornets. Carl, our Carpenter on the faceoff, he's got McElroy and Weebler. Olsen and Beacom supporting them. Beacom makes a play behind the net, but loses it. Sharp angled shot. Tucci's able to nab. Olsen gets it up to Weebler, but it goes off his skate and comes back the other way. Now they're attacking. Beacom chips it. Olsen tries to get it to McElroy. He doesn't get out. Now Carpenter goes behind the net with Beacom. They're pounding the puck. Puck comes back to the point where it's angled to the net, and now Olsen will carry it out of the zone. He tries to get it through to McElroy. He goes off a stick before making it there. And the Nordiques push it over the line where Beacom turns it back to the McAvoy, pounds it into the zone. Most of the line goes for a change, but Liebler keeps the pressure on. Olsen will keep it in on the wall. He gets it to Liebler. Vogel grabs it as Liebler and Olsen head for a change. Puck comes up the wall where Carlson puts a stick on it. And Pitko battles for it. As Coffey hammers it in the zone. That's going to be an icing. So we'll come back in the defensive zone. Vogel line out with Carlson and Pitko. Eichten, Conkey on defense. Puck comes back to the blue line. Nordiques throw it into the zone where Conkey battles for it. He's able to push it up the wall towards Vogel. She's fighting for it with Big 13, who gets a shot off on Tucci and a rebound, which ends up in the back of the net. 8-2 lead for the Nordiques. Big 13 has been a problem for the Hornets to handle today. He just turned 20. And he has a beard. All right, Vogel on the faceoff. She's got Beacom making a play at the defensive line up to Carlson. She moves it back to Beacom. He tries to get it back to Carlson. Ultimately, it bounces back to Hart. He finds a play off the end board to Vogel, and the puck is turned the other way by the Nordiques. It's thrown back in Drew Hart's corner. He retrieves it behind his net and starts the attack. He's got some speed, chips it up the wall to Pitko, who doesn't know it's in his feet, and the Nordiques send it back into the zone. They're content to just let the Hornets play behind their own net. Beacom now hustles it up the wall to Vogel. Vogel makes a play to Pitko, who's got some speed, but a good defensive effort there by the Nordique player, and they go the other way. It's a 4-on-2 for the time being. Now one player goes off, that makes it 4-on-3. Eichten forces a puck back to the point. They can take a shot that sails wide. Flat bomb is attempted, which is shot about as hard as a 9-year-old girl. Vogel takes the puck the other way. He tries to get it to the front of the net. Doesn't quite make it. And now Vogel retrieves it. She's got Helfrich and Parisi in the corner with her. She's battling along the wall. He's able to get it to Pitko, Parisi, excuse me. He gets it to Cam. They chip it off the wall where Olsen deflects it to Parisi. They try and punch it in the zone, and now it is a 4-on-2 again. They take a what looked like a harmless shot. Pops out right to Eichen. He gets it ahead of Helfrich. He runs out of space, and it's swatted behind the Nordiques net. They make a play on the wall. Olsen forces a chip out where Eichten goes back to retrieve it. He's got Helfrich on the near wall, who he throws it towards. Helfrich is able to get it out of the zone to Parisi. He fans on his pass attempt to Hoffman, and they go the other way. Helfrich wins a battle. Hoffman chips it around the player, and they give chase. Little swizzle move there that Hoffman isn't fooled by, and they keep the pressure on in the offensive zone. They've got Parisi, I think, retrieving a puck in the corner. He's trying to get it back to Helfrich, but it ends up on a Nordique player's stick, and they attack the other way. Puck comes to the middle. 21 red goes wide around behind the net. Hoffman and Olsen trying to challenge there. Olsen forcing towards the wall. Hoffman now chasing. That goes off the outside of the net and ends up once again on a Nordique player's stick. Olsen makes a steal. He's still got it. He's looking for Parisi. Parisi doesn't know it though. Olsen throws that in. I think that's going to be offside. Little communication snafu there by the Hornets. Play will be at the offensive blue line for the Hornets. 8-2 lead. They've got the clock running, so that's going to speed up this game unless the Hornets can close the gap. Face-off is won by Carpenter. Back to Beacom. Beacom tries to give the assistant coach another scare on the bench there. They're going to move it to the other side for... Nope, they're not. They were fooled. Carpenter on the face-off again. He loses this one back. And the puck is thrown across the ice. Weaver quick on it. He's able to throw it into the zone. And McElroy chases behind the net. He's able to separate the puck. Tries to get it in front to Carpenter. It swiggles through his legs. And the Nordiques will throw it up the zone towards Eichton. Hart. Hart tries to find a forward through the middle of the zone. It misfires, and the puck is sent back towards the Hornet goalie where Beacom breaks it out. He gets it to McElroy, throws it into the slot where the Nordiques turn it over, and they throw a high, hard shot at Tucci's head. And Tucci's got one of the fastest heads in the league, so that doesn't fool him.
Let's go, Will.
New line out, it'll be Vogel, Carlson, Pitko, Eichton, and Olsen on defense. Vogel wins the face-off. Olsen back to retreat. He's going for the, whatever it's called, play. He sails it out of the zone. Pitko is unable to retrieve it, but it's sent back towards the Hornets. Now, that's sent through the crease, harmlessly bounces off the end boards, and now Carlson moves it up to Vogel. She's got some speed around the end zone. She's giving a forearm shiver to the ice, and the Hornets power play is going to get another look here, down 6. So number 89 heads to the box. He will be filled with shame for his misdeed. The Hornets are going to leave out that unit with Vogel at center, Pitko and Carlson, Eichton and Olsen on defense for this power play. The face-off is won. Carlson retrieves it and she starts to set up. They got to move. Carlson gets it again. The Hornets, oh boy, a misfire there as a pass back to the point, misses Eichton. Olsen gets it, he moves it up to Pitko. There we go. Pitko's got Vogel, who's taken away from the puck there again, but she throws it out front and finds Pitko, who gets it back to Olsen. He sends one. Sounded like it hit something in front, possibly the goalie's pad, and it comes back to Eichton. He throws it towards Olsen, but misses him, so he'll retrieve back in his own net. He throws it up to Pitko. Pitko has a little trouble getting around the Nordique defender, and it goes the other way. Here comes Carlson on a forecheck. The Nordiques are able to move the puck up the ice while short-handed. Eichton forces to the outside with a nice pivot and continues to chase, but a good job by 21 here. Olsen's got to wake up. The puck's behind him. That puck is going to be sent all the way back to this neutral zone as the Nordiques do a good job negating their power play here. Puck comes up the zone. Eichton throws it back up the wall, right back to the Nordique defender, and they'll send it up the zone again as new defense hit the ice. That's Conkey defending. Spin move by 21. That was the penalized player, I thought, but apparently I'm wrong. And now Carlson, at the end of a very long shift here, lugs it up the ice. He bounces it off Parisi's leg and heads to the bench. Hoffman on the forecheck, he's got a little jump. Puck comes back towards Hart. He keeps it along the wall, but it's lofted out of the zone. That should do it for the Hornet power play as the final seconds tick off. Hoffman does a spin move in the corner, finds some space, moves it up the wall to Conkey, who moves it to Halpert, who moves it to Parisi, just out of his reach. Puck is turned over. Hoffman makes a chip to Halpert. Puck comes back to him, but he has trouble handling it, and the Nordiques recover. They loft a ringside pass through a few defenders, but 13 can't corral it. And big body, he just turned 21 on this shift, is battling for it in the corner. Now along the wall. Good move there by 85. We've had our eyes on him all night. He's a shifty player. And he gets the puck back in the corner. Conke's able to knock it off his stick. Puck comes back to the point. And Tucci gobbles it up. 5 minutes to play here. Hornets will get a line change. 8-2, running clock.
Let's go, Benny!
We've got Carpenter on the face-off. Looks like Weebler and McElroy with him. Weebler's able to get the puck away, but it's grabbed at the blue line by the Nordiques, and they get the puck back to the point. Tucci with a nice save. Rebound is cleared out by Beacom, and then Olsen pins his man on the wall. Enough for Carpenter to grab the puck. McElroy chips it towards the blue line, but it's kept in. Beacom makes a spin move. McElroy chips it to the middle where Weebler is able to knife it out of the zone, but the Nordiques grab it and send it back in to the zone. Olsen behind the net. He gets it to Weebler. Weebler finds Carpenter through the middle. Nice break out there. They move it up to Charlie. He's got a little space. Good effort there by McElroy going 1-on-2. But the Nordiques end up with the puck. They wrap it behind the net. Good breakout by them, and they chip it off the wall. If this makes it the length, it'll be icing, but it doesn't. So Beacom with a speed burst, which he's known for, he's able to lug it up the wall, and he's going to keep going. Nice jump by Beacom here. He's got Bogle with him. He tries to get it in front. Bogle finds it in the corner, gets it back to Weebler. He throws it to the net, but there's nobody there to help. Pitko with a nice move on the wall. Kicks it to Bogle. She comes from behind. Wraps it in front. Puck was there. Good move by Bogle. Getting it to the front, and they just couldn't jump on that rebound. Here's number 13. He's now 22. He carries it in the zone. Vogel chases him in the corner. Puck is thrown out front, and the Hornets take over. Vogel's got a burst as she goes through the middle. She's got Carlson behind her, but she does a toe drag that is only narrowly defended. And now they give chase on 85 behind the net. He throws it up the wall. Hart pinches and forces a play. And Pitko's able to pick it off. He's got Vogel in the middle if he looks for it. There he goes. He sends it high and wide. He had Vogel open if he could have got that pass through. And now Eichton is gapping up his man. Does a good job of slowing him down. There's no help though. There's two Nordiques back there. There's the second Hornet joining the party. Vogel throws it to the wall. Eichton battles in front. This comes to Carlson. And now Eichton. Oh, it deflects off a skate. Drew Hart smartly just gets it out of the zone. They go back on the attack. Eichton makes a stop. I think he's tired. Vogel is chasing, as is Carlson. They chip it up the wall. The Nordiques take it the other way. Well, number 85. He's able to score. I think that tipped off of a defender's stick potentially and fooled Tucci. If Hoffman was a goalie, he would surely be an all-around player. Speaking of Hoffman, he's going to take this next face-off. 2 minutes to go. Hornets playing for pride here in advance of a third-place showdown this afternoon now.
Let's go, Tommy. No quick, let's go.
Hoffman wins the face-off but shoots it forward where it's taken over by the opposition. Olsen and Conke defending. There's number 13 again. He's now 23. His beard goes down to his biceps. Helfrich and Olsen battling the corner. Just now Hoffman, I guess, is helping in the corner. Helfrich on the wall. He's trying to get the puck to Hoffman. Comes free, and Nordiques send it through the crease. Big number 13 here, minutes away from his 24th birthday, throws it in front of the net where Conke gets it up to Helfrich. He gets it to Parisi. He gets it back to Helfrich. He shoulders somebody off the puck, finds some room in front. The puck is loose. Big Helfrich is unable to finish. On the play now, they send it the length of the ice. That was big number 13. He's 25 years old. Conti rips it off the end wall to Helfrich. Tries to get it to Hoffman on the other side, but he's unable to. When Hoffman gives chase, they're able to pin it in the offensive zone. Conti with the play off the wall. He gets it to Helfrich. He's got the puck. It's chipped by Helfrich. He's got an eye for the net. Good save by the goalie there with 10 seconds to go. Cam Helfrich with the quality play. They get it back to Eichen. He's going to get the last shot here. But he's not. He's going to run out of time. Okay, well, tough day at the office for the Hornets. On the wrong side of a 9-2 loss. Good Lakeville North team. What we call the Nordiques today. I don't know what they're called. They were well coached, very hard-working team, a lot of good decisions, and got the better of the Hornets today. Not sure if the coaches want to talk after the game.
Yeah!
All right, we'll have Coach's Corner momentarily here. As a reminder for the folks at home, the third place game is at noon, I think, but we will send around a notice to people to confirm that. So a little break for the Hornets before heading back after it in a few hours here.
Who got injured? Who got injured? Why are they playing?
I don't know. Okay, coaches, you want to talk?